tomorrow is Dave's Earth Day, so we are going to make this big wild cheesecake. It is a vanilla cake instead of having a crust, and then he also wanted creme brulee and then cheesecake. So we're gonna put this all into one big shebang. Let's get to it. Okay, so in our dry bowl, we're going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm using organic flour. I never use bleached anything. Now we need 2½ teaspoons of baking powder. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm just going to put a pinch of sea salt. There we go. And that is it for our dry. So I'm going to whisk this together real quick. Hey to Emerald, see what she's doing. What you doing? Are you hanging out with Dad? Yeah, she's hanging out with Dad. Boop. Dad got your nosy. Okay, so we're going to put 1½ cups of sugar. Now I'm getting a little bit concerned because I don't know if I have enough sugar, because I kept thinking in my head I had enough. And yes, sugar is considered a wet ingredient because I'm gonna do a little bit less than that, because it dissolves into your mixture, so it's considered a wet ingredient. Then we are going to put 1/2 cup of butter, softened at room temperature. I had mine out since this morning. So 1/2 cup of butter goes right in. You can cut it up. That'd probably be a smarter idea. We're just trying to hurry. Seems to be my theme lately. And then 1 cup of milk is going to go in here. 1 cup of milk. Okay, and now 4 eggs. 1. Whoa. Whoa. And 4. So now we're just going to beat this together real quick. Okay, so now that we have our wet mixture, our oven is ready just in time. So we have our dry mixture in this bowl, we have our wet mixture here. I'm just going to add the dry into the wet. Okay, so I'm going to use my wooden spoon and I'm just going to combine this. Okay, so I have my cast iron skillet lined with parchment paper, unbleached on the bottom, and then I rubbed butter all around the outside, or around the edge. I'm using a cast iron skillet because with cake pans and all of that, and to be honest, if this works out, then I don't need all that extra clutter. So I'm just going to pour this in. My oven's already at 350. And I think this is going to work perfect. Do that. And that'll get the air bubbles out. Now we're going to pop this into the oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, so it's the next morning, or the next day. We did not finish the cake last night because it just got kind of late. Anyway, so what I did is I put the cake, it turned out perfect cooking it in that skillet. I put it in here. So what I did is I flipped it over from the skillet onto my wood cutting board, and then I just cut around this. So took the edges off, and then I put it in here. But now this is a bit too thick. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this out and I'm going to cut it in half. This or that little part got a little whatever. I'm not very good at doing this part, but we're gonna try. It's cold, so it should cut pretty good. And it don't have to be perfect, but I just want a thin layer. Okay, baby. I thought I was talking to Emerald. I literally thought I was talking to Emerald, and I just said, okay, baby girl. I cracked myself up. Oh, Lord, I heard Dave going up there and talking to her, and I thought I was talking to her, too. Anyways, this is not going to be perfect. It is fine. So we're just trying to get this top layer off. And then this can just be for snacks or whatever. Like, you can do whatever you want to with this top layer. Okay, so it's a bit uneven, so I'm going to try to just even this part out just a smidge. Enough. There. We just want a thin cake layer on the bottom. That's all we're trying to go after. Okay, so I've got my cake scraps over here. You could make cake pops with that. That'd be really good. This is a cheesecake pan, so if you're not familiar with that, that's what this is. Close it. And then there you go. So this is how it would look like this. And then you put this over and then you snap this. It's good. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put together the cheesecake part of this, and then we're going to set it aside when we go to do the creme brulee part. So for the cheesecake, I have 32 ounces of cream cheese softened at room temperature. I've had this sitting on the counter ever since yesterday. So that's 4 blocks of cream cheese. Use the best quality cream cheese you can find. It's so worth it. Then we have 1 cup of sugar. Organic cane sugar is what I'm using. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cream this together first before I add the sour cream and eggs. Okay, so I have this cream together. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape all this down off the sides so that we can get it all into the bowl. Okay, so I have it all scraped out off the sides. First, let's say hey to Emerald. Yeah, hey mama girl. What are you doing? What are you doing, girly girl? Yeah, that's my Emerald booze. She's got her little teething necklace. Yeah. Okay, so let's add 2/3 of a cup of sour cream. Yeah, and I have everything at room temperature. This does so much better if you just have it at room temperature. Okay, and then we're going to add in 4 eggs. These are store-bought eggs, so they're not as pretty as ours. Our chickens are not laying at the moment for some reason. I think because it's too cold. Okay, and then we're going to put in a pinch of sea salt. That's a good pinch. Now, normally you would put in really good quality vanilla. We are out. I keep forgetting to refill my vanilla thing, and I haven't made any yet, so yeah. We're going to do that at some point soon, make vanilla. I'm going to set this to the side because I'll probably need it again. Hey, baby girl, did you drop your necklace? She's just playing. She's okay. So now we're going to beat this together. Okay, so that is very well blended. There's no lumps. Having everything at room temperature is key for this. So then we're just going to scrape all this off the sides, which is not too much. I hear you, Emerald. Yeah, so now we're going to go on to the next thing. Our next step is going to be to make the creme brulee part of this crazy, crazy cake. Okay, so we're going to move on to the creme brulee part. So we have 6 egg yolks. I did 6. You can do 5 if you have bigger eggs. These were a little bit smaller. So we're just going to put that into a bowl. Okay, try to get all of it in, so I'm going to have to scrape some. And this is also at room temperature, so these do better when they're at room temperature too. I feel like your egg separates from the yolk and the white separate better when they're at room temperature, so just do that. And then to this, we're going to add in 1/2 cup of sugar. Yes, this cake is very, very sugary. So we're just going to whisk this together very well. Okay, so that's pretty good for now, and now we're gonna move over to our milk mixture. I have my little pot here, and I have 2 cups of cream I'm gonna add in. This is heavy cream. You can use half and half, or you can use heavy cream. Either one will work. We're gonna put this on medium heat. To this, I'm gonna add a pinch of sea salt. And then I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose organic flour. You don't have to do the flour. I'm doing it because I just find it sets the creme brulee better, and I don't want to risk it not setting. Whisk this together. Now, you don't want this to really come to a boil. You just want to heat it to where it's just steaming. Okay, so our milk is finally warm. It's steaming. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to temper this into here. So all you do is keep whisking this, which I need another arm, to be honest. And then we're going to slowly pour this into here. So this keeps your eggs from becoming scrambled eggs. So you're going to do it slowly like that and keep whisking. So just keep doing that slowly. Okay, so I have my cake on this baking sheet. A lot of people, when they make their cheesecake, they'll wrap aluminum foil around the outside of this. I don't use that, so we don't buy it. So I'm just going to do it like this. Now, if it makes a little bit of a mess, that's fine. I don't really care. I'll just clean it. But a lot of times people will wrap it because if anything spills out, it don't make as big of a mess. Plus, it keeps it insulated so it cooks better. I've done it this way a million times. It's perfectly fine. I'm just going to take this knife and just stick it all through my cake. So we just want some of that creme brulee to ooze into there. What we're going to do is we're going to pour some of the creme brulee mixture in. Okay, that's all I'm going to do is about half. And now we're going to add our cream cheese, mixture, our cheesecake mixture. We're going to add that to the top. So I'm going to go to about right there. And then I'm going to do the rest with the creme brulee. So we don't have leftover of the creme brulee, but we do have some leftover of the cheesecake. So that's what's left over of the cheesecake mixture. So tomorrow morning or one day this week I can make cheesecake pancakes. Okay, so I've got my cheesecake ready for the oven. It's on this baking sheet. If it spills out onto the baking sheet, that's fine by me. I'm going to stick this in the oven. It's at 325 degrees right now. This is in the oven. I'm going to pour a little bit of water in the bottom, and this is just going to keep the cake from cracking and drying out. See how some of it came out and it's making a little bit of a mess? That's fine. You can't, that's why people line it with the aluminum foil. So there we go. Now I'm going to bake this for 45 minutes. This is going to stay in the oven. I'm going to check on it every so often and see if it needs more water added. If it does, then I'll just pour in more water. Okay, so I have our cheesecake in the fridge. We're going to leave it in its pan for about 6 hours. Okay, so it has been a couple of hours, not 6, but look how beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and see how we can get the ring off without destroying this cake. Okay, so you're going to want to undo the clasp very slowly and see how your cake is doing. Okay, it did pretty good actually. So there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a butter knife and we're going to go around the edges that didn't come loose. So just carefully go around here. And yeah, I think it did perfect. I must have had the birthday fairies on my side today, because holy moly, this thing is perfect. It's set nice. I mean, it still has to cool more in the fridge because I don't think the center is going to be cold yet.
You always have the fairy dust with you.
But it is perfect. This is probably the most beautiful one I've ever made in my whole life. Now it's time for the fun part. We're going to slice it, and I'm going to show you how to serve it. Get yourself a really big knife. But we get to play with a torch. Okay, so what we're going to do is sprinkle. You can use regular sugar, but this is maple sugar. So maple syrup just turned into sugar. And we'll sprinkle it over the top. Almost looks like a graham cracker crust. Then we're going to torch it. Creme brulee, baby. So we are at Castaway Bay for Dave's Earth Day breakfast. He wanted to go to breakfast here instead of dinner last night, so that's what we're doing. This is, I think that's Lake Champlain. We're going to have to double check. But look at that.
Cutie.
Mama bird, I can't see my screen at all.